Once you have mastered the pattern games in part 1 in C major, you can begin to transpose pattern games to other keys. Other keys are really, really important to know about because as a piano player, you don't just want to be stuck on the white keys or have a limited view of the keyboard. So at the end of every white key, I'm drawing a building. I've done a kind of a boring cityscape. Most of the time I take the time when I'm actually going to give this to a student and I make fancy buildings out of these. But for now, I'm simply going to draw the numbers of the scale. It's important to know if my 1 is on a different key, what the names of the other numbers are going to be. I also pay attention that because this is the same shape and letter name as this, I'm going to call them both 1. It's true I could call this 8, but I'd rather think of it as the beginning of another new octave too. So this is a major scale template. I've got a half step between 3 and 4, and I have a half step between 7 and 1. I'm going to take number 1 now and move it in the 5 spot. This key name is G. So my left hand is going to take a walk down the G scale. Haha, there's a sharp. My right hand is going to copy. Of course, this pattern doesn't teach sensible scale fingerings, but it's really a great fun way to create patterns in new keys without having to worry too much about the fingering, and you're very focused on what the shape of the scale is. Now here's a new variation you haven't seen before. I'm going to play the note with my left hand, I'm going to double it up with my right hand, play a friend, and I'm going to return. Do it again. 7, 7, 1, 7. I could also start including friends in the left hand at the same time as doing a copy. Check this out. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. Here's another way to do it. Pattern you may have seen in the first video. And I'm going to alternate. Normally I don't want to put the thumb on a black key. I don't want to train my thumbs to like black keys because they're short fingers and black keys or short notes. So the long fingers should take the short keys mostly, and the short fingers, 5 and 1, should take the long keys. That's why 5s and thumbs tend to avoid the black keys in scales. So along with having fun with pattern games, do take the time to learn your scales really, really well. But now let's transpose this pattern to another key. Oh, by the way, explain what I'm doing. The 1 is again going to take the 5's key, but I'm going to go down here. Okay, so it's a little warm up. I had the right hand go to the right this time. The left hand will copy. Let's see, what shall we do? How about we bring 2 friends, but going from left to right instead of copying directly. advanced pattern, I would like to alternate. I'm going to do this in the key of C. Else I'll do it like this. So I'm going to take C, I'm going to repeat, and then I'm going to play B. But instead of doing the same pattern, I'm going to switch to repeat with a thumb and reach up a sixth. This is the distance of a sixth. I'll pull my fingers in so you can see it. 1 is here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm alternating between playing a copy with a 2 on a second, and then alternating with a sixth. Here's a 2 again, 2. Here's another sixth. Here's a 2. And here's a sixth. Here's a 2. And then I'm done. When you speed that pattern up quick, it's so fun. Alright, so I'm going to do an alternating pattern with a small group of these fingers. What I did is I started from the 4 here, I walked into the 2, and then I played a 2. Well, now I'm going to copy that because I'm going the other way. And now I'm deciding to going from right to left, so I start with a 4. And then I go left to right, so I start with the 2. How would that sound quickly? So even if you don't know how to read notes very well, but you pull that out at your friend's house, they're like, wow, you can actually play the piano. And it's really easy if you spend some time doing it, get your hands used to it, you can really pull some fun stuff off. What's really amazing though is if you as a pianist are going to explore the whole keyboard, there are 12 different key names, and it's your responsibility to master all the combinations. So check this out. From here to here is called a whole step. From there to there is called a whole step. There's one key in between. See, there's a place for one little road to go in between. But this is a half step. Then there's a whole step between 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 7. So I skip over that white key right there. It's really still called a step though. It's a whole step. And then a half step. It's really important to memorize that template. So check it. I've even got it still in my... There's the half step. And it sounds right. It sounds comfortable. It sounds like the major scale that we know. What if you're insecure though? Like, what if I don't know exactly notes are beyond this top of the scale? No problem. Just extend your template. I think I've even got one over here. Check this out. Yeah, I did it. This one's extended, so yeah, so I could keep going. But I'll keep this octave one here for now. Okay, I'm going to try the 2 and the 6 pattern that I had in D flat. And again, the thumb does play the black key sometimes in this key, but it's mostly good if the thumb is going to train to appreciate the white keys. However, in pattern games, it's pretty unavoidable. So the thumb will get some experience playing black keys, although it's not ideal. Okay, I'm going to go over to the key of E flat now. And I want the right hand to lead, going up. This is a more challenging major key because it has like about equal black key and white keys. So sometimes it's hard to remember which one you have to use. So I'm memorizing the landscape of the scale. And this one's pretty nice because you can see you've got your black key, you've got your 2 white keys, 2 black keys, 2 white keys, and there's E flat. And even though you're learning the scale with the correct fingerings, as a piano student, the the pattern game like this forces you to really get to know the scale, not depending on familiar pattern groups, but you actually have to know this theory of your scale. So I hope you have a wonderful time with the basic pattern game groups in all of the major scales. And the template can really help you. Enjoy.